Hey guys, we're L4PQ. I'm Sean.
And I'm Frank, and today we are following up our weapon tier list with an armor one.
Alright, so starting with gloves, going from best to worst, we have Master Gloves, and then Dynasty and Berserker, and then the Zest Gloves. So the Master Glove gives you skill damage plus 7.5% when your HP is at 80% or higher. And this is really good because you're going to be spending a lot of your time farming, and more damage equals more kills equals more loot. And although this means you'll have to maintain 80% or higher HP, you're going to be farming on your ult most of the time, so this shouldn't be too hard. And even when you're farming on your main, you don't want to be farming on enemies that chunk you out so much that you can't keep up. In the second tier, we have Berserker and Dynasty Gloves, and I would give the Berserker Gloves a slight edge due to it being a normal glove, and it reduces cooldowns for basic skills, which everyone is going to use. Whereas Dynasty Gloves reduces cooldowns for special skills. But it's just a slight edge, and those two are pretty solid as tier 2. And at the bottom tier, we have the Zest Gloves. So Zest Gloves give you monster kill EXP, and this is actually really bad because in this game, you don't want to level up too much. I mean, you want to level up to unlock some content, but after that, you want to take your time and slowly level up as you increase your combat point.
Yeah, especially because as a free-to-play or as a low spender, your CP is not even going to be that high. And then when you're farming on your ults, you don't want to level too much. You want to be prioritizing materials and gold. And since the game is like more grindy now with like the whole Terrorite system, it's definitely not worth it.
Yeah, so if you get a Zest Glove, just keep it for the codex, don't use it.
Moving on to boots. So from best to worst, we're gonna have bounty boots. Then we got flash shoes. And then the last two, we got expert boots and dragon slayer. The reason why bounty boots is the best is because you're gonna be farming gold forever. You need gold for everything. So gold rates is the best.
And with global, because they made the grind is so bad, like you literally have to be farming all day, all night. So that 10% is gonna be a pretty significant boost.
Flash shoes is second because movement speed compared to the other two boots is really good. Movement speed lets you like dodge mechanics faster. You're gonna be like traveling around. Having that movement speed is gonna get you like anywhere faster. The last two, they're more PvP boots. You don't really need the skill evasion rate or basic attack evasion rate for your PvE stuff. So PvP, it might be pretty good, but you're gonna have to awaken that a lot. And since PvP is pretty pay to win, it's not gonna make much of a difference if you're like a free to play or like a low spender.
Next up, we have the armors. From best to worst, it's gonna be Palladium and Raider. And in the second tier, Celestial. And in the last tier, Black Knight. So both Palladium and Raider armor decrease damage you take from monsters, except Palladium is for normal monsters, which are generally going to be your field monsters, and Raider armor is going to be for special monsters, which are going to be from the Chaos field. This isn't going to work for boss monsters because boss monsters are categorized in its own boss category. So this is just specifically for normal field monsters and chaos monsters. And because you're going to be farming a lot in this game, depending on where you farm more, whether that's a normal field or the chaos field, you'll want to choose which one you want to upgrade more. But those two are in the same tier and they're the best out of the armors. After that, we have the Celestial. And the reason Celestial armor has an asterisk is because max HP is actually really good in this game. Increasing your HP is basically how you're going to be able to survive boss skills. So right now, a lot of people are dying one shot to Vulcan, they're dying one shot to Gigante. But if you increase your max HP enough, then you wouldn't be getting one shot. The only problem with Celestial armor is that it's a rare armor, so it's really hard to get. But you have to awaken it because just having 10% is not good enough. And lastly, we have the Black Knight armor. It gives you a decrease in crowd control duration by 20. But it's not really useful in PvE because you don't want to get hit by the boss skills anyways. So you'll only see its use really in PvP.
Okay, so the last gear we're gonna cover are helmets. Starting from the top, we got Saintly Circlet, which is not a helmet, but gives you defense plus 10%. And that is probably the best out of the other effects because it gives you 10% in general. The other ones are too specific and that like bumps them down like way below the circlet. The second best helmet after the Saintly Circlet is the Immortal Helmet. It's honestly only a little better than Mystic and Overlord. The only reason it gets a small bump is because it has the stun, knockdown, subdue, resist rate, which is kind of good against like bosses and their mechanics. But honestly, you're supposed to dodge the skills because if you don't, you're gonna die anyway. So it's not gonna be that great unless maybe like your CP is pretty close that you won't die. So then the resist might be helpful in that sense. The last two, Mystic and Overlord, are pretty much only good in PvP. Like damage from familiars is not even that great. And then the crit resist is honestly only good against other players because they're gonna be stacking crit a lot, but PvE monsters probably won't be. So those two are at the bottom because they're too PvP specific. You don't want to be upgrading these boots.
Yeah, just let the whales carry you if you want a PvP.
Yup. And that's it.
Yeah, that's the armor PvE tier list. Hope this helped you.
Yup.
That's it.
Yeah, we got nothing else.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, we're L4PQ. I'm Sean.
And I'm Frank.
Cool.
What? What? Cool.
I was thinking I say I'm Sean and then you say I'm Frank and then you say and we're following up. But then you just stopped there and I was like, okay, cool.
Cool. Yeah, that was very cool. I like that. Then expert boots, then dragon slayer boots, and then lastly we got flash shoes. Wait, that's not right. No, flash shoes is second, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, let me do that again. The second best helmet after the Saintly Circuit. So the second best helmet